From UFOs to ghost and psychic powers, history is riddled with unexplained events. You can turn back now and learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Here are the facts. Everyone involved admits something went wrong on or around Independence Day 1947 near Roswell, New Mexico. According to the official story, the Air Force was testing experimental high-altitude weather balloons that blew apart and crashed on the Foster Ranch, about 75 miles north of Roswell. The foreman of the ranch, William Brazel, found the wreckage but was unable to identify it. Brazel alerted the authorities, and eventually Colonel William Blanchard dictated a press release describing the recovery of a flying disc. At noon on July 8th, the story hit the presses. Some papers published differing versions of this story. The Air Force was not consistent in its description of the debris. To some, this was evidence that the Air Force was scrambling to cover up secret research, such as attempts to monitor Soviet nuclear activity. To others, however, the official story is a sham. They believed the Air Force was covering up something much stranger: the crash of a genuine flying saucer. Here's where it gets crazy. The unofficial account of the crash has some noticeable differences, such as the alleged discovery of 4 humanoid corpses at a second crash site west of Socorro, New Mexico. This second crash site was reportedly found by a civil engineer named Grady Barnett. These corpses were apparently smaller than the average adult human and differed from typical human physiology in some subtle yet noticeable ways. Barnett claims he also met with a nearby group of archaeology students who saw the crash, and that shortly after his discovery, the military arrived and cordoned off the area. Additionally, some believe the cover-up began almost immediately. A new press release issued described the debris as that of a U.S. Army weather balloon, along with decoy wreckage as proof. Meanwhile, the real wreckage was allegedly shuffled off to right field in Dayton, Ohio. Over the decades, UFO researchers have exhaustively investigated the incident to the best of their abilities, and skeptics have also worked to dismiss some of the more outrageous claims. Yet numerous people claiming to have experience with the incident have come forward, from the ranch foreman who discovered the wreckage to Glen Dennis, a funeral home worker called to the military base to supply child-sized, medically sealed coffins. Today, the story remains controversial, and the government has done little to ease the suspicions of the public. Whether it was top-secret U.S. technology or something else, one thing's for sure: to this day, it seems there's something they don't want you to know about Roswell, New Mexico. Stay tuned for part 2 of our series.